I'm Colleen Bauer, and I'm the founder and coordinator of Fairy Godmother. One of the things that we strive to do with Fairy Godmother is that each one of us as coordinators really spend time with the brides, planning prior to the actual wedding.
I had Fairy Godmother as my same-day coordinator. It's crazy to call them same-day coordinator because really they did so much prep beforehand.
Colleen was absolutely wonderful. I finally met with her and she had a little book of all her papers, and she had every question out there possible.
She did everything before the wedding that like a wedding planner would do. She contacted every single vendor. She helped me pick out the timeline. She helped me with songs. She was amazing. She went above and beyond what we ever expected that she was going to do for us.
A lot of people ask me, how many times do you meet with the bride, before the actual day of the wedding? Because we're truly not just day of wedding coordinators. There's a lot of planning that goes into the actual day of, because the goal is the day of the wedding not to have to go to the bride really for anything.
My name is Kelly Horvath, and I am one of the Fairy Godmothers. At Fairy Godmother, we really strive to be a part of the wedding. We blend in with the family, we make sure everything's taken care of for the bride, the groom, the guests, and other people that are working at the wedding.
There's all kinds of surprises when you're a coordinator. You feel like the day of the wedding, you're there just for the bride, and it turns out that you're there for the bride's mom, and you're there for the bride's dad, and so much more of the family.
My family lives out of town, and so my mom wasn't able to help plan the wedding with me at all. That day of the wedding, she was able to be with me and focus on me. I got to be with my mom all morning, all afternoon before the ceremony, and Fairy Godmother made that possible.
For me, as the mother of the bride, I got to enjoy all of those and not worry about who was orchestrating it to make sure we stayed on that timeline.
Hi, I'm Denise Ferdinand, and I am one of the Fairy Godmothers. I think you'll find with the Fairy Godmothers, we each have our own strengths that we bring to the table. Personally, what I bring to the Fairy Godmothers is my ability to execute the event or the wedding from the beginning to the end. But you will find that all of us Fairy Godmothers work tremendously together and can make your day as special as you are.
Sure, you're showing me all these great pictures of all these great events that you've helped coordinate, but I want to hear about the one that didn't go so well, and what did you do? And how did it end up? For 15 solid minutes, it rained pretty good, and then it stopped, and the sun came out. But the reception was ruined. There was so many family and friends that stepped forward and said, what do you want us to do? And she was directing, and she directed it all. And it took so many people to get it moved. But it took a director, somebody to know what to grab, where to take it, and if in the midst of all this chaos, what Allie would want.
And I remember as Colleen was running back and forth telling people what to do, because she literally saved that ceremony. Absolutely, hands down, that ceremony happened because of her.
You don't know how important it is until something goes wrong. Fortunately, when things went wrong for our ceremony, Colleen was at her finest moment.
I had 10 months to plan my wedding, and Fairy Godmother didn't come on board until 3 weeks before my wedding because I didn't want a coordinator. I thought, what's a coordinator going to do that someone else can't do at my wedding who's already going to be there? But oh my goodness, it saved my life having Fairy Godmother as my coordinator. The morning of my wedding, I found out that I put the wrong address on my invitations. Colleen came in and I told her what was going on. I was freaking out, and she said, don't even worry about it. I'll put one of my girls over at that location directing your guests to the correct location. It'll be fine. And I was like, this weight was lifted off my shoulders. It was so fantastic. I didn't have to worry about anything all day long.
I feel like one of the strengths I bring to Fairy Godmother is I have the ability to warm up to people very quickly. And that's the most important thing on your wedding day, is to feel comfortable and be reminded that you are special.
We want everybody to feel as special as what the bride does. So in other words, they're part of a really, really special event. One of the things we do at Fairy Godmother too is we look for things that might need to be done. Whatever we can do to make the day special and to make it smooth is really our goal.
She is trustworthy and she's solid, and I knew that I could trust her with this important day.
First of all, she's absolutely wonderful. She's so down to earth. She's so easy to get along with. She does basically whatever it is that you want. If you want her to lay on the ground and roll around like a dog, she will do it if that'll make you happy. She just took care of everything, like literally everything. She loves it, you can tell. She thoroughly enjoys what she's doing.
The great thing about them is that they see things that need to be done that haven't been delegated to anyone and just do them. They do what needs to be done, and it makes for such a smooth day.
One of the things she did above and beyond is that our caterers didn't bust the tables as it had been agreed upon. She just took charge, and the next thing I knew, she was busting tables and clearing and just doing whatever needed to be done. It was just really, she's really amazing, really amazing. I would recommend her to anybody that's thinking about getting married and having a wedding coordinator. You need a wedding coordinator.
Hire a fairy godmother because your wedding day is the one day that you deserve to feel like a princess.
Can't imagine what I would have done without her. And I didn't think we needed one.
I think every girl wants a fairy godmother, and what better day than to have a fairy godmother on their wedding day.
Mm-hmm.